So we've always been a community-minded organization. There were a group of parents who had disabled children, and they wanted to give them an opportunity to contribute to society. They wanted to give them an opportunity to work. That's where it all spawned from it. Now, our first grant came from the Junior League of Lexington with their horse show revenues. That's actually was our seed money. It was $30,000. And Ron Hampton was our first executive director and eventually became president and CEO. That's where it all started. It really started with parents coming together to say, hey, we have children who are becoming adults, they have a disability, and we want to give them an opportunity and an avenue to contribute to society and have purpose in their lives. And so that's kind of where it all started. And that was back in 1961, which is why we're here celebrating our 60th anniversary. A little bit late, but I think they actually started the process in 1958, but fully incorporated in 1961.
AL has grown during the time I've been there in really honing in on its mission with respect to the individuals it wants to help become employed and what they need for supported employment and what they need to be successful in their life. And so AL has really worked hard to really have a mission, determine a strategic plan, focus on the population it serves, and then to start pulling together resources to support that mission and the individuals we care about.
The biggest impact I've seen is individual growth. I like to tell a story of a woman that came in and she was working in manufacturing in our transitional work program, which is another great reason to have our manufacturing center.
Lexington Manufacturing Center is a for-profit entity. What we have is very unique. It is one of the things that really drew me to AL. We put together pieces, we fill contracts. LMC acts like a business. It makes money. A lot of nonprofits live, and we do in a sense, but live year to year off donations, but we actually have a company that helps support the nonprofit. But what's even more interesting is it works with the mission.
People can earn wages while they're potentially looking for another job. And if it turns out that their job goal is manufacturing and they want to stay, they have that opportunity. But in the short term, it can also be used as supplementary income or transitional work experience while they're looking for another job. This lady was working for us. She started out less than 20% productivity, but we were able to work with her and continue to work with her and invest time and energy and coach. Within a year, she was up to 85%. And if you'd have told me when she started that she could have gone from 20% productivity to 80 plus, I'd have said there's no way. But see, that's where we all fail. I didn't think she could, but she had the desire. And watching her go through that, again, proving me wrong again and again and again, it's great to watch.
They will help you every step of the way, learn how to do the job, help you with your interview skills, help you keep a job afterwards by helping you there too.
They go out of their way to make things happen, things that you would not think about doing, jobs that you didn't even know about. They come up with them and say, hey, do you think you'd be good at this? They're able to help you with that. And I never thought I would be doing customer service, but it's been the best thing that ever happened.
I couldn't stand all day. I couldn't sit at the desk all day. I needed to do a lot of moving around, and so we looked at, and I had an engineering background, and so we looked at all different kinds of jobs. Part of my problem was focusing, and so we kind of went in a few different areas, and to find something that would fit all my needs.
It's important that AL is not just a nonprofit that says, let me help you get a job. It says, no, let me help you have supported employment. Let me help you work through some of the struggles you have. Let us help you work with your employer, right, to get comfortable in your job and to not just make it a job you show up to daily, but a career that you're comfortable with and what support you need, right? And Al doesn't just drop someone off at the doorstep and is like, here's your job, right? We're there from day one, and then Al is there as part of its mission to help people get comfortable and to keep those jobs, and is always there, again, with the supported employment. We're just not trying to help people get employed, but support them in their goals and opportunities.
Any of the people we serve out on a job, people are always going to think they're not going to be able to do this, they're not going to be able to do this. But what they find out is if you put the right expectations on them, and those are the expectations of the job, you don't change the job, or you don't lower expectations for our participants. The same expectations, productivity expectations that anybody else in any job would have. You know, our difference is we prepare an employer to support that person to reach them. So watching this individual go from 20% to 80+% to ending up over 90%, and watching that individual growth, it was amazing. You know, also watching people that may not have had an opportunity in a traditional job setting that succeeded with us to get to retirement age. That's an awesome thing to watch. It is great to see a participant who came to us long ago, worked for us, stuck with us because it fit their job goals and that's where they wanted to be, work a career and retire. You know, that's pretty cool.
And it's just warm fuzzy when you see somebody meet their career goals and how excited and happy they can be. We've seen, you know, it's been a life experience. I've seen a lot of people have babies. You know, we've seen people get married and move on to that next step. It's just good watching people fulfill their dreams. And I think that's what we've seen a lot of.
Well, we've got some immediate targets, and the first is moving LMC out of our building. And I say that emphatically because I can't wait. We have 57,000 square feet right now, but it's moving to 63,000 square feet with a properly set up building produces 65 or 80% more volume. So it is a huge transition for us. It allows us to modernize some of our operations. It's the first time LMC in my 20 years, and I think since 1978, has been consolidated under one roof. But the real reason I'm so happy to move them on is what we can do in OWL. We can get rid of some buildings that we don't need and consolidate everything into 650 Kennedy Road. We can move all of our nonprofit services folks over back with admin so we are more cohesive unit, which I like, but also it allows us to put Skilled Trade Academy in its own area and keep it close to us, and do so in a way that we can kind of separate them and keep the noise down, but we can really focus on that Skilled Trade Academy in its own area where we're really able to focus on the instruction and do the work experiences and lab experiences for those in the Skilled Trade Academy. We're always changing because we work with people, but you know, watching us kind of adapt to the environment and continually seek to serve has been awesome. We always look at what the community needs, and that's where we try to focus what we do. So it's natural for an organization like us to do that, but it's been fun to watch for 20 years. The one thing that's really never changed is our focus on those we serve. Buildings come and go, contracts come and go, services come and go. But it always has been and it will always remain about those we serve.